I want you to think about the things that have held you secure in your life, those things that hold you in place but give you enough room to explore who you are. Our next poet is Veronica Wyman.
The harness. When climbing, I wore a harness, and when I thought I'd reached my limit, I carefully climbed down. My expectations were always a bit too high, so I never reached them, and I was afraid of heights, afraid of reaching the top, because then I'd have to look down. So I wore a harness, and I thought it would protect me, save me from plummeting to rock bottom. But it didn't, and I learned it the hard way, because when I fell, when I lost my grip, the harness frayed, and I realized it's not a safeguard, not a hand for me to hold. The harness misled me, letting me go when I least expected it. And yes, that fall broke some bones, but bones will mend. Unlike my impressions of the harness, my impressions of her, and in no time, I will be back, climbing the wall, facing my fears, and leaving the harness behind, because I can reach the height of my expectations.
Trees are all around us, and the funny thing is we never stop to realize the lessons that a tree can give us, if we paid attention. Our poem, Vantage Point, that you're going to listen to next, tells about some things you can get from high in a tree.
Vantage Point by Lily Johnston. I sat high in a tree, looking down on everything beneath me. I watched a boy walk to the tree and stop. He looked up, leaving me lost in his eyes. A mixture of gray and blue, a storm cast upon a never-ending sea. Dark and light, black and white, it didn't exist. All there was gray. I called out to the boy over and over again, shouting at the top of my lungs. He couldn't hear me. I was too high, out of his world, out of the real world. I had to go back before my own world consumed me. No emotion, no one, all alone. I climbed down, branch by branch, inch by inch. I met the ground and him. They showed me who I needed to be.
Sometimes it's those unexpected combination of words that cause our minds to reel with possibilities and to discover a poem we never knew could exist. That's the case with The Architect by James Cook.
My name is James Cook, and today the poem I will be reading is called The Architect. My mind began to wonder when the alphabet jumped into the equation. Y equals mx plus b. Math is a key to solving all problems. Quote, grabbing calculators from the shelf. Will my wallet cough, and could I calculate a positive outcome? Counting the building blocks in the ocean. Angels resurface. True speeds, too risky. Blow it off and calculate your every material. Tanking it only so far just to see where the current will throw you. Building to big things, while I'm a spitfire with water in my lungs, malleable on the inside. If I told a lie to thee, very mendacious, would it be a truth for me? Swimming out of this rusty bag of an architect's tool. Constructing the moon, very distant, but I'm close to you. The building of rocks and sand, limestone will never be new. The amount who made it up to the top, looking scarce from afar. Frozen to your cold, magma building is where it's at down below. Snow, snow, too easy to know, sleeping on the ocean floor pillow. You can build, hope you make it to be known. You build up from the seafloor, life throws you a typhoon. Constantly, a builder, building, hoping to reach the moon. Without a brain, you can still build, but you won't be you.
Often when we visit a place, we take lots of pictures or buy a postcard, but there's nothing like the memory that remains etched in our minds of special places we have visited. Our next poem, Blue Ridge Sea, is just one of those.
Blue Ridge Sea by Hannah Yates. I am standing at the edge of a sea of trees, kelp green to teal to ultramarine blue, a hint of violet rims the horizon. The rolling hills, up and down, over and around, have never known the sea, yet they imitate it so perfectly. A lonely birdsong fills the air, accompanied by the pit-pat pattering of paws on the hard-packed earth. A breeze ruffles my hair and sends goosebumps down my arms. I take in all of it, the blue, 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 breathing it in, storing this Blue Ridge Sea in the depths of my mind.